Hey, what's going on everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at the new layout for YouTube. The glorious new layout that they decided to spring upon everybody. So like always in the past, whenever a new layout comes out, Facebook, Google+, YouTube, Twitter, blah blah blah, everybody always gets up in arms about it and points out all the bad things and blah blah blah. But today we're going to go through the good and the bad. So as you can see here on the screen, I got my front page loadout all up and ready. And as you can see, there's no more black bar going across the top. They seem to have streamlined most of it. As you can see here, as I'm scrolling down, the sidebar here remains in view, just like in Google Plus and on Facebook. So as you can tell, they're obviously going to try to streamline the different social media networks to all look pretty much the same in how they operate. So first things first. First things, we're going to go through the good stuff that I've noticed. So the good stuff so far, like I said, the sidebar here, it remains in view no matter how far you scroll down and everything like that. And they kept in the options to do the quick tabs to your watch later, watch your playlist, messages, stuff like that into your channel. So that's all good. Now also in this sidebar here you have your subscriptions, which they had in the last layout, but this time it's more streamlined. As you can see here, you can go through them, and they have numbers along the side here, and we'll go through that in a minute. But as you can see here, we can just skip through all these subscriptions, and you can click on any one, say Nice Peter here, and it will load up and bring you to the activity page here. And at the top they used to have the whole select uploads only, and then you go into the tab thing and it does the highlights or all activity, and they got rid of that, so that's a good thing. Now it's all on here. So you can go in here, select all activity or uploads only, and then it does the usual thing. So to get out of that, you go back to the channel feed here and you click on that. So quick access to your channel feed, which is good, and the subscription bar is here. Now you go to the bottom here, you got your manage channels and subscriptions under that, which bring you to the normal places. So what else do they have on here? They have a social one. So you click on the social feed here and it brings you to the social. Now up here at the top you can see it has 3 connected accounts. Now I have like Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, all those different accounts connected. So it picks up on those things, and it also goes through the feed of what your subscriptions are doing and what people are doing as well on those social media sites. And it links them together. So that's kind of good. So that's a good way to see what other people are doing, what they're sharing, and so on. That's a good thing. So we go back to channel feed here. Now, the good thing, obviously, streamlined it, got the subscriptions at the side, got rid of the show uploads and the tab on the highlights so that it streamlines the feed. Now we get into the bad thing. The bad thing is like they have been doing in the past updates to their templates, is that there's a lot of bugs that are inherent with the new templates. For example, as you can see here on my channel feed, we have a Shay Carl video that was liked 6 minutes ago. Below it, we have Husky commented 33 minutes ago. Below that, we have Young Turks added favorites 2 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 2 hours ago, 6 hours ago. It's all over the place. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they were thinking when they did this, but they did not have this ready and set up to be implemented when they did the new layout. 1 hour ago, 3 hours ago, and then you scroll down 5 hours ago in comments. And I have not been able to find yet an option to get rid of all these likes and comments and favorited and all this other crap. So the feed right now is a complete mess. It's completely jumbled. I mean, scroll down here, we got 1 hour ago, 3 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 4 hours ago, and then 3 hours, and then you go further down and it starts to jump. See, it only goes 6 hours ago, you go load more, and then it goes shared on Google Plus, and 11 hours ago, like 21 hours ago, 2 days ago, 7 hours ago. Like there's no structure to this whatsoever. I don't know what they were thinking, like I said, when they did this, but they did it completely wrong. Now I like the way they streamlined it, and I like the way they got rid of all of the different bars and all this other stuff, but if they're going to implement a new layout for the page, they need to have everything working. Now you can go into the little tab side here like you can on Google Plus and on Facebook and Twitter and all that, and you select this here, and it has hide this activity, only show uploads from Shay Carl, or unsubscribe. That's usually standard in all the other social media sites. However, you would think because they implemented this, it would be all ready to go. But when you click on only show uploads, which should get rid of the likes and comments and favorites and all that, it says right here, in the future you will only see uploads from Shay Carl. Well, that's great. Then I go down here to the comment one. See, I already have it highlighted here. Only show uploads from Husky. The problem is when you reload the page, it's still there. And there's no current way of getting rid of all this mess. And I know a lot of people were really frustrated with the last layout because you had to actually select whether or not you want all this stuff mixed in or not. And even when you did, you still had to go in and select uploads only instead of the highlights that they gave you. And this by far makes everything completely out of whack. If they had this section working and ready for implementation of the new layout, then this new layout would have been perfect in my eyes. They had everything going good for them until they got to the feed, and the feed is just a complete and utter chaos mess. Now, you know, when new layouts come out, people always have issues and problems, and they bitch and moan and complain and blah blah blah. Now, I like this layout. I can see it being very good in regards to its streamlined and option and how quickly you can get to different tabs and everything. But there are a few things I'm not enjoying so far. So if you go over to the subscription side over here on the sidebar, this is what I was talking about earlier when you get down here and you see all these numbers. Now you can go into the filter subscriptions part here. And when you select the tab over here, you can go most relevant, new activity, or A to Z. Now most relevant would be the system selecting which channels you think it thinks are more relevant to your type of viewing. And by doing that, it organizes these as such. Now I already had new activity highlighted before, and I keep having to go in and select it over and over and over again every time I load the page, which makes this incredibly ridiculous because they just basically took the option from the top of the screen and put it over here. Now when you select new activity, I'm assuming that anybody who loads something or likes something or favorites or comments or anything like that, it'll automatically jump to the top of this list. I have not seen it work yet. As you can see, Shay Carl, Husky, and the Young Turks have done something recently since this was implemented, and they haven't popped to the top yet. Now it might be strictly because it keeps popping back to the more relevant stuff, but the new activity doesn't seem to be working properly. Now, when this new layout was implemented, I had every single one of these with these numbers on the side. And the one thing that drives me crazy on Facebook is all the groups and pages and likes and game activity that you see on the side of the board always has those stupid freaking numbers on them. And those numbers drive me crazy because I keep having to go and click on them just to get rid of them. Same thing applies here. You still have to go down and select each one to get rid of these numbers. And the only reason those numbers are there is because of stuff they've done in the past. It's not stuff they've done since this new layout was implemented. It's stuff that's been done total for a selected amount of time. I haven't been able to figure out what the timeline is for these, but like 21 hours ago, 1 day ago, 4 days ago, and it's telling me it had 6 new things on there, even though I go down 6 and we're already over a week ago. So I'm not really sure what they were trying to do here. But already right off the bat it's not working properly. So I have to go in and individually select each one of these channels, and I have over 100 subscriptions. And now I have to go in and do it for each and every single one of them, which is highly annoying and really a waste of time when they could have just had this implemented properly right off the bat. Now you guys get a little view of my subscriptions here as I go through the list. But I mean, this is really annoying. You shouldn't have to do this, and it still has all the activity and uploads here already. Now I'm sure down the line they'll twiddle with this a little bit and make it a little bit better so that it actually works properly. But before they do that, I hope that when, see, you go click on YouTube here, let's see if it's still, no, see, it went right back to most relevant already. Now, I'm assuming before they go and fix this, they're going to fix the feed, because I should not, even though it already says it on there, I should only be getting show uploads from Shay Carl, but as you can see here, it strictly says Shay Carl Liked. And this creates so much clutter, it's ridiculous. I can't figure out which video is new, which video is not. I mean, obviously I have to sit here and literally go, okay, here, press hard to continue, uploaded a video 1 hour ago. Okay, so I know that that was done an hour ago. But then I have to go through, okay, here's Shay Carl uploaded and liked 3 hours ago. But where's the next one? Where's the next uploaded video from my subscription list? Let's see here. Well, there's a 3 hours ago one. Let's see here, added favorites, commented. Okay, ERB2, Epic Rap Battles 2, uploaded video 4 hours ago. Where's all my recent ones from 30 minutes ago or something like that? Because I have a video uploading all the time on a regular basis. There's usually not much time in between. So I should not be seeing these gaps, 5 hours, 2 hours. Let's see, where's another one? Uploaded Partners Project, 6 hours ago. Like, this is just ridiculous. If you're going to be implementing a new layout for everybody to mandatory follow, you should have it ready to be implemented. You shouldn't just go in when it's not finished. If Facebook did something like that, everybody would be in a hubbub, which they usually are anyways, regardless of what platform you're on. But I mean, at least take the time to make sure that it's going to work properly before you implement it. Now, I realize that YouTube is a big site. It has a lot of information going through it at all times, and it's very hard for the site to maintain these types of things. But as we all know, YouTube has more than enough money to ensure that these things are done right. And it's not much to ask for YouTube to be ready when they implement things like these. So we can avoid the massive clutter and confusion of this bullshit here when it's not needed. Other than that, I like the premise of it, I like the idea of it, I like the streamlined nature of it. If it all worked properly, I believe this would be the best layout to date. But unfortunately, as we all know, it just doesn't go that way with YouTube, Google+, Facebook, Twitter, it doesn't matter. These new layouts are never ready, but they've pushed them out anyways, and then we have to suffer for it. So that's my review for the new YouTube layout. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope I was able to help out a little bit in regards to figuring this shit out, and we'll see you guys next time. Stay strong, stay wise, you wankers. Peace.
This is my life as I live with my cat and me. What you got to give? So sick